Hello, and welcome back to In the Studio with Ophelia. I am Ophelia, and thank you for joining me today. Today, I thought it would be a neat idea to do a little bit of a demo as I've been playing in my studio, and I went to the art supply store and I found something. These guys are called FX or FX Effects Spatchers. And as soon as I saw them, I thought, oh my gosh, if these do what I think they're going to do, this is going to be a lot of fun. So, I thought that I would turn on the camera and let's just have a quick play with these FX Spatchers and, see if they're going to do what I think they may do. So, I hope that you'll enjoy watching this little demo. I'm going to flip the camera around this way and let's get started playing. Okay, so I am going to use an artist panel. This is by Creative Mark. It's a 6x6 and I've taken it and put some gesso on it. I've got myself a 700B. This is a 3/4 inch polar flow brush. My 3 FX Spatchers. These guys are a set of 3 in size 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. And then I've got some leftover paint here. And the first thing that I thought I would do I'm thinking that I've got an idea and I want to try to see if something's going to work. So I'm just going to take this polar flow brush and I'm going to paint the entire background of this canvas board, or maybe not even the whole background, but just the top half of it with this red color, just to have some base color down, to see if these guys are gonna allow me to do an effect that I'm thinking would be rather cool. So I'm just gonna paint the top half of this with that leftover red color. They feel kind of springy or like a soft, this says, or the paperwork here says a high quality silicone blade, which is, it just feels really soft, a tapered edge. So I'm just excited to play with these. What I'm going to do is let this dry up a bit, and then I'll be back to test around and see if these guys will do what I think they're gonna do. And if they do, I'm really excited to play with them in my abstract paintings. Let this dry and I'll be back. Now that this has dried up a bit, my thought was that I could use these to kind of scrape away paint in an abstract painting. And so I'm just taking that yellow and white, Indian yellow and titanium white, and I'm just using this smaller blade to kind of scrape back. It came out great, and I think it's going to do exactly what I want it to do. So this time, I ended up putting a little bit more paint on the surface to see the effect that I would get, and I'm really liking what this guy will do. The packaging says that you can apply, spread, scrape, lift, or mix paints with these. And so I thought another great idea would be where I would usually use my palette knife to kind of put down color or to apply paints and gessos and such like that. It would be a great idea to try to use these. I found that it was better, you can of course use it to apply paint, which I will try out some more. but I found that I just like it better for right now until I play with it a bit more to actually scrape away paint, wet paint from the surface. These are silicone and they're soft, but they have they're pretty stiff so that you can lift away paint, which was exactly what I wanted it to do. I got a bit distracted as I'd never really heard of these and I wanted to take a little bit more of a look into them. So I went onto the Jerry's Artarama website and found the ones that I have. But then I also found another set, or quite a few other sets, these. And of course, if you know me, you know I had to get all of them. And so, once they came, I had another idea that I would take these guys and my sketchbook, just plain sketch paper, and I pulled out some acrylic paints and my jelly plate. And I thought it would be a whole lot of fun to use the little color shapers, or color shifters, I believe is the name that they're called, color shifters, and I use those almost as like the stencil part of when I would use my jelly plate. And so I just grabbed some random colors of Lucas acrylic paint and I used the littles, and there's quite a few in these sets. And I just kind of made marks, like I said, almost where I would put down a stencil at this point. Well, I use these to create just random marks and almost like graffiti type marks on the plate. And each one of these is just so very cool. It adds a really neat texture, both the large as well as the smalls on the plate. And so when I did the first pull, this is what I got, and I just love it. The second one is always my favorite because that's kind of what pulls up the old paint left behind. And so I just keep going. You all know that whenever I start with a jelly plate, it's mad science time. So I'm just putting down some colors. I've got rose, mint, and titanium white. And I just love that each additional layer picks up the layer underneath. And I didn't even clean off the color shapers between the last one that I did and this one. And I'm just using different ones to put in different marks and such like that. I love the soft background that mint and titanium white created. I then pulled out my Soho Studio wipes and I used these to clean off the tools, and it was great at getting off even the dried paint that had been left on from my previous demo. Off camera, I did a few more of the gel prints. Feel free to slow this down or pause so that you can see each one. Overall, I can say that these were just so much fun to play with. I loved using them on the jelly plate as well as in my abstract paintings for scraping paint away and such like that. It was just a lot of fun and totally worth it. I will leave all of the supplies linked below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!